From Kodak Black, always praising YNW Melly, to Boosie Badass making tweets to the court case. Here are rappers reacting to YNW Melly's court case. Snoop Dogg made a tweet about the trial, but had to delete it. In the deleted tweet, he said, "That Melly boy cold. Young is doing questionable stuff in the industry now? Is he guilty though?" Shortly after making that tweet, it seemed like his advisors told him to take it down because it could affect his brand. Now, while most of Melly's fans won't be able to badly hurt Snoop's brand, the last thing you want is to be canceled online. While some rappers have been wary of sharing a strong opinion on the case, Meek Mill and Boosie haven't backed down for even 1 day since the trial started. In one of his many tweets, he said, "Free Lil Melly, he innocent. Let's watch the facts of his case so he don't get railroaded. It's in Florida. It may be on TV." On December 3rd, 2022, he made another tweet about the case saying, "They treat us like slaves when they got us all alone. Free Melly. They destroy your whole mentality before you even consider this guilty." This tweet was a response to an Instagram post made on behalf of YNW Melly, when the rapper complained that he had no access to the phone in prison and couldn't contact anybody, not even his lawyers. In a post which is no longer available on Melly's Instagram page, he wrote, "In the picture taken over a year ago, I am smiling, but as I speak to you from my cell at this very moment, I am weeping in the present. I have been mute for years about the mistreatment, discrimination, and misuse of authority, mental and emotional abuse I have been suffering and in fear." He went further to drop the names of some of the people mistreating him in jail. BSO staff Captain Archibald, Captain Hubert, XO Jean Baptiste, and XO Jenkins are just a few names of high-ranked officials that have enforced this treatment. Melly then went on to explain why he was denied access to calls. "On April 8th, I was told I was not allowed to use the phone indefinitely, which means forever, for using another inmate's pen to talk on the phone. The normal punishment for things like this in jail is 30 days of no calls, but the officials hit Melly with an indefinite lack of access to the phone." At the end of his lengthy Instagram post, YNW Melly wrote, "Somebody help me," then tagged some rappers including Meek Mill and the President Joe Biden. But Meek Mill's tweet got a lot of backlash from tweets. One user, @Pammy_S, replied, "He killed people, Meek. While there's no solid proof, there's no point in denying the rapper access to his loved ones, especially for over 8 months. That honestly seems like too much of a reach." Another reaction to YNW Melly's trial that stands out is that of Jamison 100K Francois, the rapper's manager. In an interview with DJ Vlad, he said that he believes this trial, alongside the death penalty sentence, is God's plan for Melly, as he went on to talk about other rappers who were also accused in the past and won the case.
It's like clean, but it's definitely the same energy that I put out there. Like, yo, y'all better tighten up, that clock on. Instead of 2 months, right now it's 3 months. But it's definitely in a short time frame. We're going to trial. He ready. His team's confident. His legal team's defense. We confident as a family and a team.
He also explained that he doesn't believe his artist is guilty of whatever he has been accused of. For Jamison, the detectives haven't found any real or new evidence that pits Melly as the bad guy. Instead, they just have old forensics info and text messages that don't really prove anything.
The whole case, because they're going to trial and they're doing depositions and they gotta put these things now physically out. So all they doing is saying, hey, this is the evidence we found. It was 66 pages, but it's not new evidence. It's the same thing, forensics, phone towers, y'all know the rest.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
In another interview, YNW Melly's manager addressed the allegations of the rapper planning to escape from jail. He believes that the reason YNW Melly's case is still dragging for this long, even with all the evidence that still doesn't name him the killer, is because the rapper is black.
This Come On, Murder My Mind was recorded 3-4 years ago. That's in the
the narrative with that was a
right.
little bit.
So it's like, let's not take one thing and just forget the overall picture. Is like you're guilty to proven innocent, but give this man his innocence first.
Now the argument from his manager's view has already taken a political turn. and we can't be sure if this is about race or the rapper actually being guilty. Subscribe quickly if you're enjoying this video, man. Next up, we got none other than Boosie Badass, another rapper that has been very vocal about his support for YNW Melly. In a tweet he made in response to rumors of YNW Melly trying to escape from jail, he wrote, "When a DA trying to convict you, they use tactics to assassinate your character before trial. They said I was trying to get rid of the DA and his family, and that never came to mind. It was a made-up lie, war tactic. I definitely don't think Melly tried to escape with a lawyer. Think about it." The issue was the Broward County Jail has said that Melly tried to escape with another inmate. According to the report, he asked his lawyer to sneak in a key with him, which Melly was going to use to run away. The allegation was so atrocious that Melly's mother had to address it. Apart from making tweets about Melly's case in court, Boosie had been attending almost all of Melly's hearings. Before the trial began, he took to his Twitter and wrote, "I'm in prayers for @YNW Melly tonight. I was in the airport, and he paid for my food and magazines and really showed me love and respect. Hell nah, OG, you ain't paying for shit. I'm about to call the prayer warriors for you, bro." After attending Melly's second hearing, Boosie tweeted on his second account, "Not missing no more rap murder trials. This is education, no cap. Watching the defense and prosecution drop bars, then looking at the jurors trying to read them is crazy." The case made him want to study law as he continued. "I want to study law. I want to try it. I'm motivated." Not only did he show support online and offline for Melly, he also plugged the rapper to his own lawyers that defended him when he was also accused of murder.
You used for your murder trial.
Right.
You heard about this?
Yeah, I helped him out with it. I told him who to go get.
Aha. Okay, so he was calling you from prison?
Now, I be talking to his mom sometime and, keep in touch with him from time to time.
In an interview with DJ Vlad, he explained that he had been talking to YNW Melly's mom since the rapper had been in jail. But he clarified that nobody asked him to recommend a lawyer. He just reached out to Melly's mom and told her to get Jason Williams to defend her son. It turned out that other people were also recommending the lawyer to Melly's family. Boosie himself has faced over 3 separate murder charges and won all the cases. So it's no surprise he wants his lawyer to do some sort of miracle so YNW Melly can walk like a free man again. Drake is known for supporting young rappers in the music industry, so it's no surprise he hopped on a track with Melly while he was still a hot topic. After Melly got arrested, Drake went on his IG page and what seemed like an interview to talk about YNW Melly. Here is what he had to say.
A lot of the guys, there's so many, but a kid like YNW Melly who just has the craziest melodies, pain in his voice.
Although he didn't talk directly about Melly's arrest, he made a statement about Melly's sound. He called it unique because young rappers these days are changing what music used to be and showing the world that it isn't black and white. In his very own words, he said, "It's like these kids are singing deep emotional pain." A kid like YNW Melly who just has the craziest melodies, pain in his voice, But not afraid to be like, "Yeah, sure, I might be this way on road, but on my music, this is what I enjoy doing." While Drake hasn't hopped on the hashtag Free Melly, merely making a video talking about the rapper garnered lots of views, with netizens flooding the comment section with the hashtag. Next up, we got Kodak Black. We all know Kodak and Melly have a short bromance, the kind of relationship that's not always seen in the rap industry. So when Kodak heard about Melly's accusations and trial, he went on his Instagram Live to talk about it.
Yeah, man, free that boy Melvin, man. Free Melly.
Now, he didn't say much, but he was vocal about saying the feds should free his boy. He simply said, "Free Melly." And to over 1,000 people watching, that's as much support as he could give. While he couldn't say too much about the case, his lawyer really had nothing stopping him from analyzing the trial and accusations stacked up against Melly. He had been on a long crime sidebar to talk about why YNW Melly's case attracted the death penalty. Recently, he was on the same podcast to discuss why the state of Florida had 0 case against the rapper.
But the actual evidence of someone saying, hey, he was the guy who pulled the trigger, he was the guy who was in the car, here's the DNA, here's the gunshot residue, that's all missing. So that's a big problem.
Bradford, who used to be Melly's former attorney, said the state of Florida had no witnesses nor concrete evidence to incarcerate the rapper. He went on to explain that the prosecution is basing the case off of how they feel and what they believe is true, and not real evidence. Next on the list, we got Durky Yo, who has responded to Melly's trial. Melly and Durk have a good relationship in the industry, so it's only right for him to show his unwavering support. Like we all now know, lots of music fans don't actually believe Melly is guilty. So they started the trend #FreeMelly as a way of drawing attention to the case. In the now deleted Instagram story, Lil Durk posted a clip from the YNW Melly's trial and typed the #FreeMelly. Since then, the rapper hasn't made any statements about the case again. Melly's case is quite sensitive, so it appears many performers are trying not to go in depth on the issue to avoid having long conversations about it. Aside from the #FreeMelly that fans have been using to show support for the rapper, they've also used #MellyTrial. Under this hashtag, one user at @Avawi tweeted, "The state really trying to cheat to get this guilty. #MellyTrial." Another user at Cardi Lasha tweeted, "No, for real. Why would he kill his best friends? We need a motive." While under the #FreeMelly, a tweet wrote, "Watching academics on Twitch streaming YNW Melly's trial, and all I can say is he ain't beating the allegations." #FreeMelly though. Speaking of rappers reacting to Melly's case, if you haven't seen YNW Melly's reaction to his court case, watch our other video, YNW Melly reacts to his death sentence.